I've always been interested in publishing, or books particularly, but publishing was something I never thought about until I heard of Creative Access, and who was working at the time with SEO, and then they introduced the Creative Access industries to us, and I thought it was interesting because it relates to what I had been doing before, my previous internships, and I just thought it would be an interesting industry to look into and develop some skills. My main responsibilities are distributing assets like EPUBs and metadata to online retailers, and I also audit the assets before I distribute them. I also do once a week, I look at our pre-order sales, and I also look at our weekly sales as well, reports. For my undergraduate degree, I did fine art, and then for my master's degree, I did painting with printmaking and electives in African studies and business planning. Definitely IT skills like Excel, it's really important to have good Excel skills. It's something that I use every day. Having a good understanding of how EPUBs work, so a basic understanding of HTML and CSS are also really important. In my case, when I work, sometimes an EPUB file is corrupted. We have to sometimes look into it. And so if you can understand what the problem is with a file, instead of sending it back to the division, you can sort it out yourself, because sometimes the problem is just that maybe the coding is incorrect, and if you just tweak that a little bit, then the file is all sorted. And just understanding what metadata is as well. How I learned to code or understand basics of HTML was at Hachette. I had a one-day training course which was really excellent, because before that I had looked into HTML myself, but I just didn't understand it. Even though I'd always been interested in it, I didn't understand much of it until I had the training at Hachette, and I've gotten really into it since then. It's so different from my other internships that I've done before. The environment is really friendly. Everyone's really interested in publishing and they love books. So it's nice to be working with people who you share a passion with. And yeah, it's just, even though Hachette is a big company, everyone's really friendly and down to earth. It feels like we're all, we all have our own culture because of how the company is structured. So I really like it. If I could change one thing about my job, probably it would be to have more contact, even though I do have already contact with all the different divisions, but it would be nice to have more contact with them, yeah, to see what they're doing from day-to-day basis. The biggest challenge that I face probably is just developing my Excel skills, yeah, which is something I have had a lot of training, and I really appreciate that, but it's just gaining, just keep on developing that and learning new stuff as I go on. The most rewarding part of my job definitely is to be working in an industry where I can, we're making a change, and particularly working in digital publishing, it's nice to know that my company, at least in my department, were reshaping digital publishing, and also just working with people who love books like myself, and learning as well as I go along. I've had the opportunity to learn so many different things since I've been working at Hachette, and I've really enjoyed it. The industry itself needs to do more to welcome ethnic minorities, and because the industry itself is changing so fast, I think that, and it's always welcoming to new ideas, so it should do all that it can to welcome more ethnic minorities, because we have different ideas and we have voices that should be heard. So I think definitely there is a lack of presence there. We're not very well presented. A piece of advice I would give to someone who'd be interested in working in publishing is to understand what the industry is about, and look into what you are interested in, and not just come into it thinking that you say you want to be an editor, because that's what most people want to do, but there are so many different things that you can do within publishing, so many different areas you can look into, and just, as I said before, to have good IT skills. And since digital publishing is changing, traditional publishing itself, it's good to have to understand how EPUBs work, to have HTML skills, and also basic coding skills as well.